Yeah, glitch the guarantee. E.N.E. With your boy shit. Glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no brakes. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no dates. Fuck around and end up gone. You getting misplaced. E.N.E. the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game by storm like Rain's mixtape. Thankfully, I been up in smoke like my mixtape. Counting cheddar shit, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough, you need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy. When it's sick of me, I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers if it comes to Hennessy. E.N.E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through them transparency. Hurt their self-esteem low, insecurities. Now or never, like glitch the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's Reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn the page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the seat, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Putting fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Butcher boys, E.N.E, you in trouble, kid. At first 100 mil, you can double it.
Let's go, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Butcher boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Blow sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side fat jacks, I took more to measure. Shave the extras, that's business, starter fees. Street blues, what I talk, royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind, knows the gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated, ultra real, Fern Gully Mountain shit. Couple hot shots, turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane nonstop. The little J gon' take over with my time side.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we beg your pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they be harder. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pros. This is how LaMelo felt. You better yell out help. Here comes the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pull the jokers out the deck. Yeah, there ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chick. Something about the VVS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's
tickets.
go, let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustles getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Yeah. What up, y'all? You know what it is, man. We about to do it, man. I apologize for the little mouth argument, man. Cut my grass, man. You hear me? Cut my grass, man. Hard in my head and on my heart. I want to get that front yard knocked out. While I got the backyard shot. Nice, man. Like, my fault.
Yeah.
That's how I don't put them up and fly to the stage, man.
Glitch the guarantee.
Why do YM, young
E.N.E.
want to be YM, young nigga?
2020 got me seeing so clear.
Hashtag CHOLO has to post it.
Put your boy shit.
All my Serenos and that shit.
Lost and glitch.
Yeah, We're gonna get straight to it, man.
We cool, nigga.
Everybody want to be like that.
We on the rise now, middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling hay, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E.N.E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Sporting. War looking for the falling, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in, while you all talking. We smoking and coughing, till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office, yeah, it is that bullshit. Kill him in vain, it's vanity. Yeah. Do it again, it's insanity. Yeah. Nauseous a real vigilante. Yeah. Killing these kids is plan B. Yeah. Hood is too hot with an antifreeze. Yeah. Blowing on leaves in these planted trees. Okay. Don't break the code, this family. Okay. We cutting off legs like amputees. My flow is classic, antique. Yeah. Freaking the beat is it Japanese. Yeah. Ever our cook is a masterpiece. Yeah. When money talkers be Guapanese. Okay. Fire and flame mixed with gasoline. Sick. Pass to my sons, that's a legacy. Sick. Study the gang, how they testing me. Yeah. They dropped the ball, man, that's incomplete. Beat them so bad, make them retreat. Yeah. All of these gems you can retweet. Yeah. Play with your boys on repeat. You pay the price with your receipt. Yeah. Below $1 million, flipping it. Okay. Everyday noise get sickening. Trying to flip bills to trillions. Turning these good girls to villains. Lyrics is sick. Butcher shit. E.N.E clip what we represent. Put it on wax like a candlestick. We moving units and measurements. Cooking it up in the lab. We just performing experiments. Since I'm the bomb atomic, these rappers out of my element.
We on the rise now, middle fingers in the sky now. Rolling hay, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E.N.E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Sporting. Poor looking for the falling, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in, while you all talking. We smoking and coughing, till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit.
Glitch, nigga, perfected my flow. If I'm on the track, then you know it's a go. It's a guarantee, nigga, and I guarantee treat the gas like the Clippers. You know I'm a choke. Only exotic when blowing the smoke. No one ahead of me. I got the recipe. Do this shit easily. This is my destiny. Sick throwing lobs. I'm dunking on everything. Niggas is sick, and I got the remedy. What I prescribe is extra artillery. Get in my zone and start going berserk. I'm feeling like Clay when he went off a 60. With the bullshit, swear to God you can miss me. Best friends with the money, Aaliyah and Missy. I come from the bottom. To try me is risky. Throwing this K like that bitch is a frisbee. Real talk. Let me lock in. Show these niggas what I do. Axe Rain, I be standing next to players too. Front line shit, nigga, I'm the fucking truth. Top 6 ever of the 5 in my group. Niggas still bang top down in the coop. Put your boy up and we coming for the loot. E.N.E shit, we the best, yeah, it's true. This the guarantee, nigga, this is what I do.
Yeah. E.N.E all day, every day, no day off. You already know what it is. It's your cousin, your brother. Brother Barry, aka Yeah, man. What's up? What up? You already know it's your brother, your brother, man. Virgil Berry, aka Stats with the Facts. And we here. What you talking about, man? We here, man. We gonna have this discussion, man. You feel me? What's good with everybody on this beautiful, beautiful Saturday, man? Right? Sun shining, wind blowing. In my city, well, I don't know how the weather is. It might be out your way. Out here in Columbus, Ohio, man, the weather is beautiful. You know, today, sun is out, shining. You know what I'm talking about? The wind is blowing, nice breeze out there. You know, it's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I'm talking about? I got it. If I do say so myself, it's a truly beautiful day out today. And I wanted to go ahead and knock out that grass. And I got the grass done, man. I was thinking I was going to get it done before the show, but, you know, I went out there and just knocked it on out. You know what I'm talking about? Got straight to it. And I ended up getting it done in like less than 20, 30 minutes, man. You know what I'm saying? And I did an awesome, well, I mean, you know, it wasn't that high, so I had to cut it. I had to do too much. You dig? I didn't have to do too much. You understand me? I didn't have to do too much. But yeah, though, man, you know what I'm talking about? It's a beautiful day in Columbus, Ohio, man. I appreciate everybody tapping in. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all right here with your brother and your brother, and we are going to have the conversation. Hold on, let me open up this window, man. Let me let some of this fresh air up in here, man. Get some fresh air up in here. You know what I'm talking about? It's a beautiful day outside, man. Like I said, the sun is shining. You know what I'm saying? Nice breeze going. You know what I'm saying? It's truly beautiful, man. If I do say so myself. It's truly beautiful. Matter of fact, hold on, let me see something real quick. Because we might, let me just see something real quickly. Because it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yes. Yes, we good. Yeah, man. You know what I'm talking about? And it's a beautiful day out today. You know what I'm talking about? Nice spring day. And we're gonna get straight to it, man. What's good with everybody? How y'all doing, man? I want to talk about this for a lot of reasons. You know what I'm saying? And before we even get into the show, I just want to let everybody, I ain't got no problem with Mexican people, man. Right? As a whole, anyway. You know what I'm talking about? And even more honest with y'all, I don't even have nothing with Mexican so-called individually because I really don't know too many on a personal level like that. You know what I'm saying? The ones I do know, some that I actually know is decent, cool. You know, Astral GAK in California, there isn't. Hold on, let's say Astral G3 G8K. What's good with you, man? In California, there isn't really a big difference between Black and Mexican culture. Oh, I beg to differ, right? We sort of grew up together, and if you aren't from Cali, it wouldn't make sense. Nah, you don't gotta. You don't have to be from Cali for it to make sense for you. Although I understand why you would say that, right? I'm not from Cali, and it makes perfect sense to me because I'm a very intelligent Black man from the hood. But what I do know is this: where I grew up ain't too much different from there. What I know, my travels across America is most cities where my people was at, they're basically the same, with the exception of how we talk and how we dress, but literally the same. You know, and as far as growing up with Mexicans, I mean, it's different in the aspect of that in other states. We haven't felt the brunt, if you would. We haven't felt the bulk, if you would, of having all the illegal immigrants flood our borders since how we are not a border state with California, like how California with Mexico, like how California is, right? Well, I mean that might be you. That might be you as an individual, bro. But as a whole, definitely jacking the swag, right? As I look on YouTube, especially, shout out to my brother Red Supreme, because my brother Red from Cali, you know, he the one that put me up on game about all this. I mean, a little more in depth from a Black person's side, right? The reason why I say from a Black person's side, because when I was in the joint, right, when I was a cadre at CRC in the state of Ohio, which is the Corrections Reception Center, it's basically one of two facilities that we have in the state of Ohio where you go get processed before you get sent to what they call your parent institution. We got one up north in Lorain. We got one not too far from where I live in Columbus, Ohio, in Orient, called CRC. I was a cadre at CRC. And my cellie was a San Diego dude, Mexican from Oceanside. And he put me up on the Mexican perspective of the politics in y'all's jails. And my brother Red Supreme TV1, put me up on game from the Black side. So I'm very well versed and learned in y'all's politics. And I mean, I understand them for what y'all get them for, but, you know, we don't deal with that out here in Ohio simply because y'all just ain't deep out here like how y'all are in California. All right. But regardless if it's California, whether it's New York, whether it's Texas, whether it's Chicago, whether it's, I don't know about Atlanta or either down south states or cities. I don't know. I ain't gonna say like Miami or nothing like that because I ain't never heard of no Mexicans come up out of any of them states. But I mean, I feel what you're saying. Race debates lead to division. We already divided, bro. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? We got to talk about the relevance of this conversation, man. Right? And the relevance of this conversation is because a lot of y'all Mexicans want to appropriate our culture, but y'all have been raised for the most part off of anti-Black ideologies. And it'd be different if y'all was raised off of anti-Black ideologies and y'all somehow want to acquire, y'all want to assimilate our culture, which is fine if y'all was paying homage. But not only do y'all not pay homage for the most part, right? Y'all jack the swag the whole entire demo without paying homage, all while being basically indoctrinated off of anti-Black racism. My man Nico Samatar. I'm glad my SA brothers is tapping in. Listen, I don't got no problem with y'all, right? I'm just, when I talk about this, I talk about this from a totally subjective standpoint. And I'm going to be honest, right? Because y'all, we got to keep it real. We're going to have these type of conversations, y'all. We got to be honest. And over here at A-Real Talk, I'm going to keep it 1,000 with y'all. And I don't really too much give a damn how people feel about it. Because when I'm being honest, I'm not trying to strike an emotional anything out of you. I'm just keeping it real and keeping it funky. If you got the ears to hear and you a Mexican American, maybe you will sit down here and soak up some game so y'all can see what it is that I'm conveying for y'all, right? Or to y'all, right? Nico Samatar, what's up with you, brethren? He said there's definitely a racial divide in most poor Cali neighborhoods. Sure, they hang together, but that's not the whole picture. There's always, of course, we know that's not the whole picture, right? Astro GAK say there will always be tension between Mexicans and Blacks, but that comes from the race wars and the AIDS. No, it don't come from that. See, and this is what I'm saying to y'all brothers, man. That's not where it comes from. It comes from way before that. In Mexico and in Latin culture in its entirety, y'all have been indoctrinated, right? Y'all have been indoctrinated with what is called liberal theology. Let me slow down. Liberation theology, ideology, right? Y'all have been systematically indoctrinated with anti-Black under the disguise of liberal ideologies, right? Which is really communistic ideologies, right? Y'all been indoctrinated with that in Latin culture, Mexico, Central, and South America, right? It do come from the Spaniards. It come from the Spaniards. It come from the Portuguese, right? I mean, they literally took over everything of y'all's land and just force-fed y'all their language, which is based in Latin, right? Latino is not a lineage. It's not a bloodline. It's not a DNA. None of that. It's basically dividing people up based off of their dialect of a certain language, right? I like what Astro GAK say this because this is very true to an extent. I feel like as Mexicans, we are barely finding our own lane in America. We didn't really have our own culture being Mexican America. Yes, yes, yes. And you want to know why? Because the white people who tried to get y'all to convince y'all that y'all would somehow be equal to them, they just wanted y'all to use y'all like they wanted to use y'all. They don't really want y'all to ever think that y'all would be able to be equal to them. Huh? Now let's do a little bit of history for y'all who might not know. Because I want to know y'all, I want y'all to know, Mexicans, Mexican Americans, Latins, Latinos, whatever you want to identify yourself from, that's fine with me. You know, you got the right to do that, right? The only know Latin or Latino is just referring to somebody who speaks the Latin language or a dialect thereof. That's it. You don't necessarily have to be Spanish to be Latin. You don't have to be Portuguese to be Latin. You don't have to be from Central and South America or Mexico to be considered Latin, right? But to be a Latino, now see, that's something different, right? Or is it? But systematically, y'all have been indoctrinated with this mindset, right? And even in America, y'all's forefathers, specifically Mexican Americans, y'all's forefathers actually fought politically for the right to be considered white. Are y'all aware of that? This is another source. This is another foundation of where y'all's anti-Black ideology derives from. It has been literally ingrained into the fabric, freaking fibers of y'all's psyche, genetically and psychologically. Literally. This is why y'all have so much anti-Black ideologies and things y'all implement specifically through y'all's politics in California's prison system. That shit don't fly out here. And this is why I fuck with my brother Red, because and I'm gonna be honest why it don't fly out here, because y'all just ain't got the numbers out this way. We don't sit on the border with Mexico. Although we have I'm gonna say we have a Latin population in our prison system in Ohio. It ain't big. Well, not to my knowledge anyway. You know what I'm saying? We can find stuff out like that right now, though. You know what I'm saying? What is the population of Mexican Americans in Ohio's prison system? Maybe Google can tell us that. All right. Right. We can find that out real quick. You did. Oh, hold on. New information. Date source. This is 2000, May 2000. Or my fault, 2004. All right. Let me blow this up right here. Oh, that's not what's big. Latins only make up. Now, this was done back in 2004 now, y'all. So I'm pretty sure these numbers may be different now. Let me go to a more up-to-date one. How many Latinos are in Ohio's prison system in 2025? So it's difficult to provide an exact number of Latino inmates in Ohio's prison system in 2025 without specific up-to-date data. However, based on general trends and past statistics, we can estimate. Latino inmates are a significant portion of the prison population in many states, including Ohio. Ohio prison system is one of the largest in the U.S. Ohio's prison system is one of the largest in the U.S. We have like 34 prisons. Racial and ethnic minorities, including Latinos, are disproportionately represented in prison population. Ohio's prisons are over capacity. Now, I ain't been in prison a long time, right? So I don't know. Maybe y'all having significant numbers out this way now. That might be very well true, right? You know, but regardless of whatever the numbers is, them politics that y'all got out there in Cali, they just ain't gonna fly out here. They're just not gonna fly. This is not gonna happen. Y'all ain't got the juice out here like that. I'm gonna just let y'all know that right now. And this ain't no tough guy shit, nothing like that. It's not to say that my brothers out there in Cali is soft or none of that shit, because they ain't. My brothers out there in Cali be tearing y'all's ass up, the ones that's on that shit. Just like the ones of y'all that's on that shit be tearing their ass up too. Pause. But out this way, that shit just ain't gonna fly. It's just not gonna fly. Simply because y'all don't have the numbers we do. And it just wouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Y'all would be terribly outnumbered and overpowered. You know what I'm saying? It just wouldn't happen. Right? But as far as young M's, young Mexicans wanting to jack the swag or jacking the swag of YN's young niggas, right? It's very true. I see it all through hip hop now. I did a show about a year ago on Sir Rappers, and said Cali really a melting pot. We got every race out here, but some Mexicans gravitate more towards black culture. It's the same way out here, and this is what I want y'all brothers from other states to know. No matter if you black, white, Puerto Rican, Mexican, Haitian, whatever your national, whatever you are, right? Whatever you identify with, right? I want to let y'all know that it is literally the same in all major cities across America. It's a melting pot in Columbus too. We got Koreans, we got Laotians, Cambodians, Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese, Bhutanese, Nepalese, Indian. We got Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, El Salvadorians, Guatemalans, Venezuela. We got them all here. It's just as much a melting pot as California is in Ohio, literally. If I was going to say a place in Ohio that has a very large Mexican population, it would be Lorain, Ohio. But it's starting to be Columbus too. There's a lot of Mexican people on that west side and that southwest side. Lots of them, right? What y'all Mexicans can do, and see, I like that you being asking these questions. I'm gonna open up the panel here in a second at the hour mark, and y'all Latino, Mexican, whatever brothers y'all may be, y'all can come up and speak y'all piece, man. I just want y'all to understand when I speak on stuff like this, dog, I'm being honest with y'all, you know, and I know a lot of people can get real sensitive, but you know what I'm saying? If the truth is disrespectful, the truth make you feel some type of way as a man, that's how you have to deal with that on your own. I'm not here to really cater to nobody's feelings or emotions. As men, we just keep it real. That's why it's called A Real Talk Podcast. Let's just be real. Mexican people, I love y'all's food. That is the hugest contribution from y'all's culture in America. That's something to be very proud of. That's not nothing to be ashamed of whatsoever. Mexican cuisine is probably the most infused, the most merged with, the most took out of and used across the globe. That's without a doubt. That's a huge contribution to human society. But let's just be honest, right? When it comes to rapping, when it comes to music, when it comes to this hip hop shit, y'all just ain't got it, man. Y'all just ain't got it. And that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Maybe one of y'all actually be able to come out with some Mexican Latino rap that is genuinely, truly Latin. But see, it can't be it because that's not what y'all do in y'all's culture musically. Rap come from us. Spitting lyrics over beats, harmonize, that come from us. So if any type of rapping music you would do, it would be a variation of what we created. So you would absolutely have to pay homage. And most of y'all don't even like doing that. Right? Nico Semitar said a lot of folks gravitate toward black culture. I mean, why? I mean, of course, we fly like that. We set the trend for what's cool on planet Earth. And I'm not talking, you know, I'm going to get real specific with it. And I'm not talking about all black people. I'm talking about specifically us, foundational black Americans, us. We created hip hop, which is the #1 genre of music, most influential, most popular, most financially affluent and, lucrative genre of music. Right? And what I'm noticing specifically in Cali is a complete 180 from when I was a young mustache. When I was a young mustache, all y'all Mexican dudes from Cali was on y'all's cholo shit, with the fedoras and the suspenders, with the pants pulled up and the goddamn the chucks. You know, I'm talking about all of that. That y'all was all of that, man. That was that. And let me tell y'all something, man. No disrespect, that shit was fucking corny. And a lot of my Mexican homies I know who moved out from out Texas and California and Ohio, who came here and fucking with us, let me know that as young boys. So I'm not saying this shit to be disrespectful. I'm just saying because it's true. You can you can say, like I say, Astro GAK, you can say whatever you want, bro. If you was and now listen here, when it comes to y'all Mexicans who say y'all Mexican American, if your parents came here illegally, you are technically not a legal citizen. So you can't really call yourself a foundational Mexican American. Now, I'm not saying that applies to any of y'all because I don't know that. But what I am saying is if your parents got here legally and you are in fact a legal Mexican American, then you can definitely call yourself a foundational Mexican American. But then see, some of my people might have, or some people in general from America might have something to say about that, because what have Mexicans founded in this country? And I'm not being funny, disrespectful. I'm asking y'all a question. What have Mexicans foundationally contributed to America? Y'all as a people have not contributed to the creation, should I say the construction, the building of this country, the infrastructure, or anything in any shape, form, or fashion. Right? We FBAs are the true descendants of the black, dark-hued, melanated, indigenous people of this land. Most of our people don't come from Africa. That's why Africans don't really rock with us like that. That's why most of us can't trace our bloodline back to anywhere in Africa. Most of us Americans that are black, our people come from right here in America, hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Right? Right. Right. And see, I'm not that's the thing. We're not native. We're indigenous, meaning we originate from this land. We was here before Christopher Columbus and all them got here. Before even y'all's ancestors got here, we were here. Right? Yeah. Now, my people called this place Turtle Island. Right? Yeah. A lot of y'all Mexicans, this is what I noticed about a lot of y'all Mexicans too, Mexican Americans too. Y'all don't really know y'all really don't be knowing y'all's history for real. Most of y'all. I'm not saying all of y'all. I'm saying majority of y'all don't be knowing y'all's history, let alone American history. Right? But when I was a young boy coming up, all y'all did was have that cholo culture out there in Cali, man. And even back then, niggas was like, that shit was corny, B. And I'm being real with y'all, man. Right? You know what I'm saying? That shit was corny as fuck. And the reason why a Mexican rapper never really blew up, I gotta cut my light on because you know the wind's doing tricks with the blinds and shit. So I'm gonna just cut the light. That breeze feels good as hell. That's the reason why I'm keeping my window open. Right? But we got to keep it real when we have these conversations, man. The reason why there's never really been a successful Mexican American rapper is not because there aren't some of y'all who are talented, very hard pressed to find it, right? It's just that y'all are not marketable as artists. Y'all marketable as mariachi, you know, singing in y'all's native, singing in Spanish. Y'all good with that type of stuff. But when it comes to hip hop, y'all just ain't got it, man. And it's the reason why y'all ain't got it, right? And it's the reason why a Mexican artist hasn't been like super, super huge Pause. It's because y'all's culture isn't marketable. I want y'all to understand that. Now, y'all's music, let me get specific. Y'all's music culture, y'all, and listen here. Y'all's urban music culture, right? Y'all's Mexican version of what we do, it isn't marketable. It doesn't have the same flair, the same effect, the same feeling, the same swag, the same sauce. It just doesn't. Now, the reason for that, I'm not going to get into that because that's going down a rabbit hole, and that's not what the show is about. But the question is, why do young Mexicans want to be young niggas so bad? Why do y'all want to jack the swag of us so bad? You know, so you see the Lefty Gun plays, you see the Swifty Blues, you hear me? You see the OT, that Mexican OT. You feel me? That's not y'all swag. That's our swag. And I understand that they probably grew up in areas where we be at and all that. And I get that. There's nothing wrong with appropriating the culture and paying homage. But what I come to find is that a lot of y'all Mexican or Latino rappers, y'all don't do that. Right? And not only do y'all not do that, a lot of y'all, let's just be honest, y'all just not good. Now, y'all should be fine with being able to be successful, making money off of our culture amongst y'all's people. Y'all like that shit, and that's cool. And y'all should be happy and proud of that. But the reason why one of y'all ain't never really blew up on a real good day is because y'all just not talented when it comes to rapping. I've come to this surmise by looking at a plethora of y'all's artists, underground. I don't really have too many big name Latin rappers that I can really go to for real. And when I say Latino, I mean not mixed with black. I mean straight Latino artists. No, that's it was influenced by black. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Another example of what I'll be talking about. This is why I say it's best for people to stick to what they do culturally versus trying to appropriate another culture. Just show respect to that other culture, right? Versus trying to make your own version of it, right? Cholo culture was a Mexican version of our culture, right? You know, with the Pendletons and the Dickies and stuff we was doing. Y'all just tried to take what we was doing and put y'all spin on it. When I'm saying that's okay, all I'm saying is that shit's trash. That's why y'all's artists, even back in the day, were never marketable by the major labels because wasn't nobody buying that shit. That shit is only popular amongst y'all. That shit wasn't popular nowhere else. Maybe for a brief second in Japan a few years ago, they was popularizing Cholo, like the codes and all that stuff, but that shit didn't last for too long. Right? And that's what you should do, Astral GAK. You shouldn't be offended by what I'm saying. You shouldn't be bothered by what I'm saying. Everything I'm saying is true. I'm not lying about anything. So you really shouldn't feel no type of way about it. It's just I'm just have the balls to be honest about it and show my face while I'm doing it. I got the life experience to prove what I'm saying. All these rappers that come from, and most of the, let's be clear, most of the Mexican rappers that we see out doing their thing, they come from California. Whether it's northern or southern is irrelevant. They come from out of Cali. Ain't too many Mexican rappers coming from out of anywhere but California and Texas, because that's where y'all are in y'all's large numbers. You probably won't hear about a Mexican rapper coming from out of Ohio. We heard of a Mexican rapper coming from out of New York with the rap bastard boy, what's his name? Tekashi 6ix9ine. He's a Mexican rapper, right? But look what he's doing now. He realized that he wasn't really built to really be in our culture with that negative aspect that he had connected being with gang and all that. Like I say, man, that shit just don't work, man. Now he out making Spanish music, rapping in Spanish and singing in Spanish. And he's accepted into y'all's culture because outside of Mexican street culture, snitching ain't something that's held to any type of degree of shame or anything, I guess. Right? I don't know if New York Mexicans is different from Cali Mexicans or not, but maybe that's how it is. You know? You did. But when I look at all y'all rappers from out of California, your Swifty Blues, like I said, your Lefty Gun Plays, your I can't remember the one little chick name. This little chick right here. You know what I'm saying? Your boy the Mexican OT. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of y'all other Mexican rappers who you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Snow the Product. That's her name, Snow the Product. You feel me? All y'all, man. And I'm gonna just be honest with y'all, man. I'm gonna just be real with y'all, man. I listen to all this music from all of y'all. See, there go your homeboy Tekashi. And I'm gonna just be honest with y'all, man. Y'all just not good at rapping, man. Y'all just not good at it, man. That's being real with y'all, man. I'm not trying to be funny or disrespectful. I listen to a plethora of Mexican rappers, most of them coming out of Cali, a few from out of Texas. And even when y'all imitate our cadences, our colloquialisms, or an attempt at wordplay, it just doesn't sound good, man. It's not something that we can vibe to. It's not nothing that we want to hear on the radio. Just be honest with you. And that's the one reason why there's never been a huge, specifically Mexican-American hip-hop artist, because the record labels don't see y'all as marketable. They see y'all as cheap knockoff as us, and it just don't fucking, it just, they can't put campaigns, they can't put campaigns behind pushing y'all as hip-hop artists, because for one, y'all don't have success with y'all's music outside of y'all's community. And y'all's community, although as big as it is in America through California, Texas, it's not enough for these labels to want to invest in globally. Because niggas is not listening to fucking that Mexican OT in fucking London, man. Or in Australia. Or in Germany. And that's just some real shit. Now, how do I know such things? Because I pay attention. I tap in with music on the global side, man. What I will say and can say is that foundational Black American hip hop in all its various forms is known all over the world, from hardcore to gangster to conscious, right? To dope boy street hustler music. All that shit come from us, man. And we are we the only ones who can do it the way we do it. When everybody else try to do it, it's just like, unless you're extremely talented, it's gonna sound like a whack knockoff, man. And this is the reason why it hasn't been a successful Mexican, specifically American rapper, right? The record labels just don't see y'all as marketable, and that's because y'all not, right? And that's not like disrespect, that's just facts. Now, as far as y'all's young Mexicans wanting to be young niggas, man, let's talk about that, right? Especially since most of y'all, especially in Cali, been raised with this anti-Black sentiment amongst y'all. How is it that y'all could be raised with such an anti-Black sentiment, yet y'all want to appropriate our culture, even to the effect and to the level or extent of using the N-word amongst y'all, which was something that was totally non-existent when I was a young mustache. That wasn't how y'all interacted with each other. Y'all was supposed to be doing the cholo culture, lean like a cholo, bun, 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 bun. See, that shit was trash. See, the young Mexicans don't want to fucking be cholos. That shit was trash then, and it's trash now. Flat out. Y'all OG Mexicans, that's why y'all YGs and y'all BGs, man. That's why y'all young brethren, they appropriating our shit, because our shit fly. You know what I'm saying? And the only way you're going to make it in hip-hop is if you got some type of connection with us. You ain't going to be able to do it on your own. And it's the reason why, because y'all just not good at it, man. For the most part. Go up here and go listen to all the Mexican American rappers just out of California alone. Most of y'all are trash. And I mean that with love, man. I gave it a chance. I listened to it. That shit ain't fly. Niggas ain't about to go to the club, listen to that shit. Niggas definitely ain't riding down any street where they from in America banging that shit. That shit is for y'all Mexican cats out there in California. The niggas in Cali don't even support y'all like that, man. Y'all's local up and coming artists for real niggas. Right? Now I do my due diligence, man. Like I said, I got a whole show that I did on Sir Rap about a year or so ago. Right? And I sit here and live listen to about 30 artists, underground, independent artists out of California, all trash. And I mean that, man. I'm not trying to be funny, man. Y'all just, and I say, I'm a fair guy. I try to give it a chance. I listen to it. And like I say, man, like it's just not, it's just ain't it, man. It's just not, it just don't hit, man. Right? It just don't hit. And I mean that from here. I'm not trying to be on no bullshit. I'm not trying to be on no fuck shit, disrespectful shit. I'm being honest with y'all. I'm just an FBA man who has the courage to be honest. Right? Because a lot of y'all, you know, and that, y'all should be okay with that. Y'all should be okay with selling in only California and goddamn Texas. That means you don't have to deal with any of the rigmarole, the record labels. Y'all can be fully independent, very wealthy, make a lot of money, support your family and your barrio, your hood, whatever your fam, whatever your familia, and you can create generational wealth, man. Y'all should be paying homage to us, man, and be okay with that. Those of us that decide we like y'all, what y'all doing, want to collab with y'all, y'all should be thankful and grateful for that. I don't see any of that coming from y'all. I don't see y'all paying homage. I see y'all trying to, be like colonizers with this hip hop shit. That's the vibe a lot of y'all specifically out of Cali give off. I don't see a lot of collaboration with y'all. I'm not saying there's not any collaboration with FBA artists and Mexican American artists. There is. I will be a damn fool to say that it's not. What I'm saying is it's not a whole lot. It's not a bunch. It's not an overwhelmingly mass majority. A lot of y'all so-called sir rappers, y'all rap in Spanish, which is cool. There's nothing wrong with that. And a lot of y'all are only regional. There's nothing wrong with being regional. Look, if you can be a very successful regional hip-hop artist, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's plenty regional artists who are able to, diversify their platform with their music and make a very nice living for themselves doing so. If you got a good 50 to 100,000 solid fans who really rock with you, you good to go. But I don't even see that amongst y'all. Y'all don't really even support each other all like that for real. This boy, goddamn it, Lefty Gunplay brought out his album and his shit went triple wood. Pause. Y'all didn't even support that. You would think, as much as y'all talk about Larasa and all that, y'all would think the trashiest rapper, no matter what, would go platinum, but he don't. Lefty Gunplay's album sales was ridiculous, man. Oh my God, man. And there you have it. His album, The Most Valuable Gangbanger, 800 copies. Now, selling one copy is successful. Let's just be clear. Right? I'm not a hater. If you put together a body of work of music and you sold one copy of that motherfucker, that's success. Let's just be clear, right? I respect that Lefty had the gumption to take something from his mind and bring it into fruition and make it tangible and record it and put it out. I respect him just for that. Most people will never do anything like that. But for him to be a so-called essay, which he ain't Mexican from what I understand. Lefty Gunplay is a white boy. From what I understand, Lefty Gunplay a white boy. Perping like he Mexican. He's really not, though. I don't know. Maybe y'all from out of Cali can clean that up. I don't know. Right? But 800 copies his first week in 2024, that's trash. Right? My man had 4 words on my man K-Dot's track. Despite the mainstream success, despite this exposure, reports suggest Lefty Gunplay's own album sales remain relatively low. And this was very bad. I mean, I don't know what you was thinking with this, Lefty, though. This wasn't simultaneous. Lefty Gunplay album was released on the same day as Kendrick Lamar's highly anticipated album, which may have overshadowed his release and impacted sales. Most valuable gangbanger. Like, I listen to Lefty's music, man. I'm just saying, I gotta be honest, man. That shit is trash. It's trash, man. Now, don't get it twisted. There's a lot of black people, black rappers whose music is trash, man. And to keep it even more real with y'all, a lot of y'all might think E.N.E music is trash, and that's okay, right? Everything ain't for everybody, right? But my whole thing is, what I noticed with y'all's young Mexicans is that they try to be like young niggas. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I've noticed. You know what I'm saying? Y'all went from Cholo culture with the Pendletons, with the Dickies and the khakis, the chinos with the fedoras, and the Dickies with the Chucks, the socks pulling all the way up. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all went from the you know what I'm talking about, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Now I see y'all wearing golds. Y'all been getting tatted, so I ain't gonna say nothing about the tatted. Y'all been doing that too. But when it comes to the golds, wearing the gold chain with the custom pieces, you understand me? Just the slang, the swag, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all jacking the swag, man. Ice Cube made a song back in the day called Jacking for Beats, man. And y'all been basically jacking for swag for like the past 20 years damn near, man. 10, 15 years. You know what I'm saying? But it's just funny to me how, you know what I'm saying, the older generation of Mexicans, you know what I'm saying, they don't really rock with y'all young Mexicans for real though. See, our old heads fuck with us because we do music. You know, our old heads is Jay-Z, rest in essence, DMX. You know what I'm saying? Y'all's old heads didn't do hip hop. They didn't listen to rap that wasn't cholo rap. You feel me? Or should I say, when I say they didn't listen to it, I'm saying they didn't appropriate on a big scale black culture, black euphemisms, our swag, the way we dress, the way we talk. You know what I mean? Basically our sauce, our drip, our swag. They wasn't jacking that, man. Y'all had y'all cholo culture, man. Y'all even had, you know what I'm saying? Y'all even had y'all dudes making songs like this back in the day. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man, that shit's trash, bro, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Shit. Oh my God, man. So much work. I'll be honest with you, man. This shit was trash back then, and it's trash now, man. He had a little bit of success though, man, but you know.
I see the cut when we do a dance, so we do it like what? Like a cholo.
Cut to side, elbows up, cut to side, elbows up, cut to side, elbows up, cut to side.
Like a cholo. All up in the club, can't eat, looking for some highness. We on the creep. I need a bad one, a real freak. Find them on the dance floor, so don't sleep.
That ain't it, man. Yeah. That ain't it, my Mexican brothers, man. You know, that just ain't it, man. That just ain't it, bro. You know? I ain't gonna lie though, man. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Right? I'm gonna keep it 100. A Mexican rapper that did have some commercial success and became very successful, but for some reason he fell back, was this guy right here. This song, matter of fact, these two songs were fucking fire. Charted on the 100. You know what I'm saying? And he had the other Mexican boy on there too, Frankie J, man. Shout out to my homie Baby Bash, man. I met Baby Bash in Kansas City, Missouri back in 2003. I wonder if you remember that. At Club Timothy.
Cool, cuzzo. You know, man, you ain't lying. How long you think before we get there, Bash? I can't even call it, pal. Hit them screens, though.
So tight, so fly.
Hey. I ain't gonna front, I love this song. This is one of my favorite songs right here.
Higher than the ceiling.
Hey. My nigga Baby Bash blessed this shit though.
Sugar, you get so fly. Sugar, you get so fly. Sugar, you get so fly. Sugar, you get so fly.
Hey.
Sugar, you get so fly.
You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Baby Bash, man. That song was fire, man. You feel me? Fuck with Baby Bash, man. Back when I was like 03, 02, 03 when that song came out with Frankie J. You know? But nowadays we got these cats right here, man. You know what I'm saying? We got all these dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? We got all these dudes out now, man, and chicks. I don't even know a lot of these cats, man. And this dude right here, this is a dude that got the chain surgically in his head or something, right? What's his name? Crazy ass boy. Dan Sir. That's his name, Dan Sir. Yeah, man, he got all them damn gold chains in his head, man. This just is crazy. This is wild right here, man. This is wild right here, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Right? Why do young Mexicans want to be young niggas so bad, man? Right? And it's a, you know, it'd be different if y'all pay homage, but like I said, y'all don't even pay homage, man. You know what I'm saying? And what I noticed about the black guys who join Mexican gangs, especially in Cali, they pay homage to Mexican culture and, you know, all of that stuff, man. You know what I mean? when they appropriate y'all's culture. They go by y'all's rules. They know they can't never be no real shot caller, big baller. They can't have no real OG status, but yet they still join y'all's gangs, right? I'm not aware of any Mexicans that join black gangs. I'm pretty sure it happens, right? You know what I'm talking about? This is just wild right here, though, right? But what I'm saying is, what I noticed amongst specifically California rappers, man, Mexican rappers, is that most of them have jacked the swag of FBA rappers. You know what I'm talking about? And I just remember back when I was a young boy, it was the Cholo thing. Now, I don't see the young Mexicans of today keeping the Cholo culture alive, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's the reason why, you know what I'm talking about? That Cholo culture, that shit is corny for real. That shit weak as fuck for real, man. You know, everything about it was lame as hell. That's why the record labels never picked it up. That's why the youth of today, that's why the young Mexican American youth of today, they ain't jacking that shit. 10 Mexican rappers from Los Angeles. Hold on, let me do this real quick, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, because maybe y'all heard of some of these dudes right here. They said, as Mexicans, we are trying to move forward from the Cholo stigma, and our music does not really slap the slang. So I didn't want to leave here offended. We're trying to make our own lane. That's the thing. I'm not trying to offend you, bro. I'm just telling the truth, bro. And the truth can be taken as offensive sometimes, man. I'm just letting y'all know why it's never been a real successful Mexican American rapper, because y'all just really not that good at rapping, man. Not only that, even amongst y'all that are decent at rapping, without jacking our swag, y'all's culture, y'all's urban culture isn't marketable. I want y'all to understand that, my Mexican American brethren. Y'all's culture, y'all's hood, urban culture, it's not marketable. It's just not. And that's why the record labels don't sign y'all. I'm pretty sure amongst my Mexican American brethren and sisters that there are some very talented artists, very talented lyricists in the nooks of crania somewhere, but I haven't seen a lot. I haven't seen a lot. The ones I've seen, they're all trash. And I've seen a lot. So I did a whole entire show on Sir Rappers. It was like 30 of y'all, man. All trash. And I'll be saying to myself, like, is it a sonic thing? Is it a way we hear music thing? I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. But it's just like, I don't know. I can't describe it, man. I can describe it, man. I'm gonna just put it down to it got to be in you, not on you. Y'all just ain't got that soul like how we got. You hear me? It's the certain je ne sais quoi that we as FBAs have when it comes to expressing ourselves musically that is just extremely better than everybody else. Right? Now, one thing I will say is, though, you don't see us trying to do mariachi. And if we do, we pay homage to y'all's culture. You don't see us doing merengue. But if we do so while paying homage to y'all's culture. We don't really do calypso, not as FBAs. Now, the Black Caribbeans might do calypso, but we don't do that shit up here in America as FBAs. Southside, which don't originate from us FBAs, but originate from Africans, Black Africans. So y'all didn't come up with that. What else? Cocoritas, what it's called? Cocoritas, what y'all call it? I'm just saying, man, it's when it comes to music, outside of those genres I just said, y'all haven't had no major impact musically. And for the most part, it's because when it comes to hip hop, rap, when it comes to that, y'all just not good at it. For the most part, I'm not saying any of y'all, not all of y'all, or none of y'all can't be good. I'm just saying for the most part, most of y'all are not good. Even the ones that do it and do it full time, they're not that good. It's like I say, y'all street culture, it's not marketable. I want y'all to understand that, my Mexican brethren and sisters, when I say that y'all's urban culture, it isn't marketable. Because in American, or should I say in America, Cholo culture in its originality was a weak, lame, corny, whack depiction of what earlier Mexican Americans tried to assimilate and appropriate and manipulate from us. Right? You know what I'm saying? All the dickies with the flannels, y'all didn't start that shit. Wearing the Chucks, y'all didn't start that shit. Chuck Taylor's, you know. You know what I mean? Wearing the Lokes. You feel me? Right? You know? And I'll keep it even more 100. We didn't come up with Chuck Taylors, but we made Chuck Taylors popular. We made Chuck Taylors popular, lit, right? Chucks come in all type of flavors nowadays, man. You feel me? And that's because we made them cool, right? But yeah, though, man, I'm about to drop the link, man. I want to hear what some of y'all got to say, man. I got a little bit of, I meant to drop it a couple minutes earlier, but you know. I love Mexican food. That is a major contribution to American and global society. I would have to say Mexican and Asian cuisine are probably the two most globally recognized, known, and fusion cuisines on the planet. You feel me? I love my favorite Mexican restaurant is a Mexican restaurant, family-owned Mexican restaurant right down the street from where I live called Me Mexico. Is my opinion is the best family-owned Mexican restaurant in the city of Columbus, Ohio. Food is absolutely delicious every single time I go in there. It's consistent and it tastes exactly the same way I came the other 1,000 times. Right? I love Mexican food, man. But when it comes to this rap shit, y'all gotta fall back. Y'all just need to stop. Or those of y'all who are actually talented, right? Start making music. I want to hear. I would love to hear a Mexican rapper that I say, "Oh, he fire." I would do a song with him. I want to hear more music from him. I ain't synced it, man. All of y'all rap the same. All of y'all sound the same. Just like most of us niggas sound the same, look the same. Y'all just sound like Mexican versions of us. And which makes me ask the question is, why do YNs want to be YN so bad? But don't want to pay homage while being raised with an anti-black sentiment. Talking about some we're not signing to no blacks. And you say you don't like that. Listen, we got to get to a point where we have to be able to get to a point, especially us men. Now, whether you Mexican, American, black, white, whatever you say, you a man before you any of that shit. Before you Mexican, you a man. Before you black, you a goddamn man. You hear me? So us as men, we need to get to a point where we gotta have very uncomfortable, seemingly unsavory conversations without all getting in our fucking feminine ass feelings about that shit. And to be able to say what it is. I'm not offended when people say things that are true about my people collectively. I don't get offended by with that. I just find it funny how a lot of Mexicans specifically be getting offended when me or anybody else talk heavy like this, but can't dispel what we saying. Well, show me the Mexican rapper from out of Cali specifically that's fire for real, man. Show me the nigga that's really spitting for real. Show me the Benny the Butcher version Mexican style. Show me 38 Special Mexican style. Show me Stove God Cooks Mexican style. You feel what I'm saying? Show me Fahim the Dump God Mexican style. And I give homage. I really listen to music for real, man. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying, because it got to a point when I was listening to all y'all's music, and I'm like, damn, are any of y'all actually nice? And this is not me being on no funny shit. This is some real shit. I'm listening to all these dudes from Northern California, Southern California, a couple dudes out of Texas, some niggas out of Arizona. I'm like, man, all these niggas is trash. Like, y'all niggas banging this shit. And it just lets me know that I understand you say y'all trying to create your own lane, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta say, even if you're trying to create your own lane when it comes to hip hop or rap or jacking the swag and the culture, y'all gotta understand where that shit come from. That shit don't come. That's why y'all parents ain't really digging to that. That's why y'all's OGs and y'all big homies, they ain't jacking none of that shit y'all doing. Some of them, the old head ones, that's from my generation, they ain't jacking that shit. They're not supporting that shit. They call y'all corny. They say y'all trying to be like the blacks and all that shit because they sticking to their anti-black ideologies that they've been raised with. That's been working for them. They're starting to notice that, damn, the younger generation, man, they want to be like the blacks, man. That making them lose face. How can y'all respect y'all OGs if y'all OGs ain't setting an example for y'all, man? Y'all want to be like us. Y'all don't want to be like y'all's OGs. How you think that make your OGs feel? That's why they don't really fuck with y'all for real. I done seen too many Mexican OG cholo type niggas come on this joint and be like, man, we don't fuck with that shit's corny. It says Swifty Blues trash. They say that Lefty artists say all you guys are trash. I could pull up plenty of videos, man. Right? So it's not like I'm just saying this shit to be on some bullshit, some funny shit to stir some shit up. This is some real shit. Now point me in the direction of the Mexican American rapper, specifically out of California or Texas, that's fire. That's just got the underground mixtape game on smash. I'm talking about doing features. I'm talking about freestyles. I'm talking about dropping straight bars. Taking me back to the 90s era. Taking me back to when I was a kid, when niggas really had to know how to rap for real. Where they at? Point me in a direction. I've been trying to find them. I ain't find them. All of y'all, I ain't gonna say all of y'all because I haven't heard all y'all, but every Mexican rapper specifically out of California that I've heard is trash. And I mean that with a righteous indignation. Trash, man. I just can't get jiggy with it. Y'all want to see some examples? I didn't want to have to do this, man, because I was thinking that people who tap in with me, no matter what your racial background may be, you understand this is a real talk over here. You understand we are not biased over here. You understand we keep it straight across the board. Everybody gets it, even my own, but I would never, ever go against my own. I don't have to go against my own to be keeping it 100 about them. Just like I don't have to be being disparaging and disrespectful when I keep it 100 about y'all. Right? And I didn't want to have to do this, man, but I see I have to. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it, man, y'all Mexican dudes, man, who y'all real, who intelligent, and got critical thinking, y'all come from my era, y'all my age, 40 plus, and y'all have been out here, man, y'all know this shit trash, man. Y'all know y'all know these rappers, Mexican rappers, y'all know these little young niggas is trash. Young Mexican niggas is trash. They don't want to be cholos no more. They don't want to be barrio no more. They want to be gang now, man. On hood, on mommies, on the set. You niggas ain't never talked like that, man. I'm from the 80s and the 90s, man. I'm not one of these new 2000 ass niggas, man. I was born in the 80s. I was raised in the 90s, bruh. Yeah. I know I might look young, but I'm 43. I'll be 44 next year, man. Y'all ain't talk like this, like Swifty Blue, like Lefty Gunplay, like these dudes right here. Y'all didn't talk like these dudes. Y'all didn't dress like these dudes. Y'all didn't act like these dudes. Y'all didn't have the demeanor, the swag of these dudes. Y'all didn't even get y'all's fucking haircuts like these dudes, these YMs, young Mexicans. Completely 180. They look like us out there. Because we always done us. I just want to know why, man. I want y'all OGs to tell me why. I want y'all young niggas who got critical thinking to tell me why, man.
Mexican rappers. Here are the top 10 Mexican rappers from Los Angeles based off Spotify's monthly listeners. Number 10, Conejo. This Los Angeles artist has 54,000 monthly listeners. Number 9, Baldacci. The Los Angeles artist has 54.
You got all tattoos on his face? See, y'all didn't dress like this back in the day, man.
4.2 thousand monthly listeners. Number 8, Devour. This East LA artist has 200.
Devour? What Devour hitting up on?
128.3 thousand monthly listeners. Number 7, Kid Frost. The Los Angeles artist has
Oh my God, man. Now, I've never heard of any of these guys save for Kid Frost. And the only reason I remember Kid Frost is because NWA brought him out back in the day as an olive branch to the Mexican community to, show some love. Now, no disrespect to Kid Frost, but back then he was trash. Like, I mean, just being honest, man. Like, he wasn't fire. I can't remember one song from that nigga outside of the song that this is something last side. And the only reason why I remember that song because they played it on the box and they played it on fucking MTV when MTV first came out.
has 257.3 thousand monthly listeners. Number 6, Peso. This Maywood artist has 542.1 thousand monthly listeners.
See, y'all all look like us, man. The YNs look like YNs, man. They don't look like young Mexicans. Not the ones that I remember back in the day. They look like us, man.
Number 5, Bravo the Bag Chaser. The South LA artist has 553.
Bravo the Bag Chaser.
3.7 thousand monthly listeners. Number 4, Be Real. This Los Angeles artist has 5.
My nigga Ice Cube said the B and Be Real must stand for bitch. Y'all remember back in the day when Be Real and Ice Cube was beefing with each other? Now, I didn't even know that Be Real was Mexican until maybe in high school. Cypress Hill is probably the most successful hip hop collective in hip hop history. They just had a big concert in Atlanta a couple weeks ago. All right. Shout out to Be Real. Shout out to DJ Muggs, man. You feel me? Iconic rap group. I will never take anything from them. I'm having an illusion messing me up in my mind. But Be Real is trash. I mean, we're just gonna be real. As an art, I mean, talking about as like a rapper, like I'm not about to be like bar for bar, Be Real. He ain't in no top nothing. Yeah, I mean, he apologized because, you know what I'm saying, him and Be Real end up becoming cool and squashing their beef. So, like a man, he apologized. You feel me? I guess. You know, I don't understand why niggas I'm not apologizing for shit unless I was dead ass wrong. You know, but let's just be real, man. Be Real's trash. Right? Man, you can't give me one Be Real verse right now. One quotable. What's a quotable from Be Real? I'm saying y'all niggas don't be wanting to keep it 100, man. I'm not saying that he's not a successful artist, businessman, legend. I'm not saying he's not. I'm talking about when it comes to bars, spitting. No. You feel me? Cube's not known for his bars, for spitting the dumb bar, but he do got quotables. I can't think of one thing Be Real said except for I'm having illusions. Or he did the hook on Snoop Dogg's song back in the day with Pharrell. You won't believe what I saw. I can't think of any Be Real bars. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying I can't think of any. I was never a Cypress Hill fan, ever, never. You know, never. So, different stuff for different folks. But what I'm saying is, even Cypress Hill, the record labels tried pushing them back in the day. It didn't work. Luckily enough for Cypress Hill, they gained enough cult-like following to remain relevant over the years. And it's actually a niche group of fans globally that support Cypress Hill. And that's beautiful, man. That's dope. I respect the fact that Cypress Hill, DJ Muggs, and Be Real, I can't forget the other one, at this point in life, at this age, 20, 30 years in the game, can still go on tours and be very successful. One thing I respect about Be Real, even though I don't respect his pen like as an MC, as a barsman, I respect his artistry and I respect his business because he pay homage. Unlike most of you Mexican rappers, y'all don't pay homage. Y'all just don't.
572.7 thousand monthly listeners. Number 3, Money Sign Suede. The Huntington.
Hold on, Money Sign Suede. Ain't this the young boy that got killed? Didn't y'all kill him in jail? Didn't y'all kill him in prison because he didn't want to bow down? Because he ain't want to pay y'all? Then y'all kill y'all young brethren, what's his name? What's the young boy name again?
Park artist has 638.2 thousand monthly listeners. Number 2, Phoenix Flexin. 3.7 Real. This Los Angeles artist has 572.7 thousand monthly listeners. Number 3, Money Sign Suede.
Yeah, Money Sign Suede. Ain't this the young boy that y'all killed in the joint because he ain't want to bow down to y'all's lame ass politics, man? Man, niggas been getting tatted up, man. And that's why I still have, man, niggas been getting tatted up since before Mexicans ever was coming to this country, man. Niggas was getting tatted up back in slavery, man. Back in Prohibition, niggas was getting inked up, man. Black folk, we've been getting inked up forever. We didn't, I ain't gonna, okay, I'll keep it real. Right? Because I don't know this to be true, so I ain't gonna speak on it, right? I don't know tattoo culture amongst FBAs to be influenced from y'all. I just don't know. Now, maybe I would say maybe in Cali, but out this way, no. FBA's been getting inkies forever. Nah, Mexicans was not first getting tatted. No. That's just not true. Mexicans might have made it popular. It might have been more prominent amongst y'all's culture, but y'all definitely didn't create it or one of the first ones doing it. That's a fact. Now, I'll give y'all that. Y'all made tattoos, especially in prison, a popular thing, but y'all didn't y'all wasn't the first ones to do it, nor did y'all create it. When it comes to the flannels, when it comes to the Dickies, the Chuck Taylors, when it comes to the Lokes, the G Lokes, when it comes to all of that, y'all got all that shit from us. When Mexicans was first coming over here to America, specifically during the 70s and the fucking early 80s, y'all was not dressing like that. Y'all wasn't wearing Chuck Taylors. Y'all wasn't wearing flannels. Y'all wasn't wearing that shit, man. Y'all was coming over here wearing fucking cowboy boots, jeans, polo shirts, and shit like that. Y'all motherfuckers weren't wearing urban wear. We ain't never jacked nothing from y'all. Right? And nobody hates on Cali, man. Y'all just, California just happens to be the second home of gang culture in America, or should I say the third home if we're going to be real. But when it comes to the Mexicans, it's just that California is filled with y'all Mexicans. Right? We have never jacked anything from Mexican Americans as black folks. We ain't never jacked nothing from y'all. Y'all's culture isn't y'all urban culture isn't influential enough to influence us to want to emulate it or imitate it. I'm not saying that there's not some black folks that have. Of course there are. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about on a grand scale as a whole, for the most part. The overwhelmingly mass majority of us ain't jacking that shit. Right? You know what I'm talking about? And that's just what it is. I'll drop the link, man. Y'all can hit the link and come up. You know what I'm saying? Hit the link and come up, man. Y'all did not start tattooing. Y'all might have popularized it, but y'all weren't the first ones to do it. Y'all didn't first start anything in America, man, except for y'all's food. Everything that's cool in America came from us. Everything that's cool, everything that's fly, everything that's lit, everything that's popular, that shit comes from us. Literally everything. And the sad part about it is y'all don't even like, and I noticed this specifically, see what I say about Puerto Rican Americans, Dominican Americans, Latin Caribbean Americans, they pay homage to for hip hop. Some of them, the real ones. What I notice about Mexican Americans, y'all don't do that though. Y'all try to act like y'all created something when y'all didn't. The whole point of y'all, the fact that y'all rap, lets y'all know that y'all got that shit from us. Anything to do with urban culture, urban streetwear, urban anything, y'all got that shit from us, man. Because when y'all people first came over here, y'all wasn't doing that shit. There was no remnants of that shit in y'all's culture. I don't have to be a part of a culture to be well-versed and studied and learned in it. And how do you know I'm not a part of your culture? You don't know me. You don't know where I'm from. You don't know anybody I know or anything, brother. You don't know what I know. I know lots of Venezuelans, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Belizeans, Ecuadorians, Salvadorians, Chileans, Argentinians, Portuguese, civilians. My homie Hector is from Spain. He's from Seville, Spain. Been knowing that nigga since I was fucking 16, 17. You know what I mean? And I've traveled, man. I've traveled all around America. I've never been to California. Furthest I've been is Texas, Oklahoma. I guess that's the same, right? That nigga said Portuguese. Where you get tattoos, the body from? Are you asking me if a Mexican did my tattoos? Listen, I only got one tattoo done in a joint, and that was this one right here. This is the only tattoo, my friend. This is the only tattoo I got done in a joint, and a white boy did this. I know it's Portuguese. I said Portuguese. I didn't say Portuguese. Astro G8K. I never said Portuguese. I said Portuguese. You might be thought you heard me say that, but that's not what I said. Now, Wu-Tang wasn't cosplaying Chinese culture, the Entourage Effect. Wu-Tang was paying homage to Asian culture, Chinese specific culture through their music and their imagery. They emulated it and they imitated it, but they also venerated it and honorated it. You dig? Wu-Tang paid homage to Asian culture. We didn't exploit their culture. We didn't try to take their culture from them, make it our own, and act like we came up with it. No, Wu-Tang paid homage to Asian culture. Yeah, Mexican is different. Y'all don't pay homage. Y'all don't. Y'all don't pay homage to FBAs for giving y'all swag when it comes to urban culture. Y'all tend to think y'all came up with that shit on y'all's own, and you just didn't. Y'all parents didn't create the cultural environment for y'all to come up with something like hip hop or anything related to it. Y'all people, y'all's culture and y'all's families in the lands where they from in Central and South America, it did not create the cultural environment for y'all to come up with this type shit. It just didn't. Right? And I'm not lying about anything I say. I don't have to lie. There's no need for me to lie. I have nothing to hide or nothing to prove. If you don't believe what I'm saying, go do your due diligence. Y'all wasn't never fucking with us. Y'all Mexican Americans ain't never fucked with us for real. As a whole, I'm not saying it's not some amongst y'all that fuck with us wherever y'all be spread across America, specifically in California and Texas. But for the most part, y'all don't fuck with us. For the most part, y'all don't pay honor or homage to us, right? And we don't even ask y'all to, right? But when it gets to the point where, you know what I'm saying, it gets to the extent of trying to infuse anti-Black ideology derived from prison and street urban Mexican American culture by way of integrated it through hip hop and think y'all not gonna pay homage, that just ain't gonna fly. And when it comes to y'all's urban culture, like I say, we can take it back to the 70s and the 80s and early 90s. I say up into the 2000s, that shit was lame, man. Y'all's young boys wasn't feeling that shit. They just wasn't on it because they know in order for them to be successful in hip hop as artists, that they couldn't be cholos. They can't infuse Mexican street urban culture into their music simply because it's not marketable. Y'all's hood culture is corny, B. It is. It's corny. From the way y'all talk, from the way y'all dress, it's corny. I'm just being honest, man. And it's not marketable. This is why the record labels never picked it up. Right? This is why y'all's young boys, y'all's YMs, this is why they have to appropriate our swag, our culture, our nomenclature, our lexicon. Back in the day, y'all didn't even use the word nigga. Y'all, that was forbidden. Y'all didn't do that. Y'all's OGs check y'all to this day for that shit. But y'all so influential with the internet and all that stuff. The OGs ain't been able to let go of the past while also moving forward into the future. And that's why it's a division amongst y'all Mexicans right now, specifically in Cali. That's why it's a division amongst y'all's OGs and y'all's the YMs coming up. Right? You feel me? That's the reason why it's going on. The YMs don't want to be cholos. Y'all's old way of doing things with y'all's politics derived from prison, being meted out on the streets, and that shit is weak. That shit is corny, B. That shit wasn't gonna last forever. These young Mexicans is on their own, independent, able to make money on their own. Why the fuck they gotta give it to y'all? They ain't feeling that shit. Just like amongst us, we ain't never been on that shit. We be on when we be on amongst each other, but when it comes to getting bread, we don't dictate who can get money and who has to sing. We don't do shit like that. It ain't one dude in the streets. It ain't one dude, not even Larry, man, not even a guy to the level of Larry Hoover got juice like that on the street. I mean, I'm pretty sure he got influence, but you know what I'm saying? Maybe just in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Well, when I think about it like that, that's just in California, but I'm just saying though, niggas for the most part ain't taking no orders from dudes locked up in the joint. It's just not happening. And y'all's young Mexicans is getting tired of them lame ass, corny ass, bully ass politics. I wish a nigga would tell me 2 weeks to going home that I gotta go stab one of y'all Mexicans to put in some work for the Rasta or for the hood. Man, get the fuck out of here. That's Big U, man. Big U don't represent all of us. Big U from out of Cali. We talking about a nationwide thing. This is amongst y'all. This is how y'all try to run y'all politics all across the country. Them Mexican niggas tried that shit out here in Ohio and got their asses dealt with. That shit ain't flying out here. They tried that lame ass shit in the prison system in Ohio, and that shit got squashed ASAP. You know? He said Mexican and Chinese cut folks up. Y'all trying to be them. Who trying to be them? You talking about us blacks? We trying to be Mexicans and Asians, right? He said, but Mexican represent all Mexican. What the fuck? He said Chinese mafia always been. Are you talking about on some cannibalism shit? I don't know. But I'm just telling y'all some real shit, man. You feel me? We got to start getting to the point where we can have these conversations. We got to be honest, man. You know what I'm talking about? Us FBAs are the dominant culture. We set the trend for what's cool, what's popping, what's fly, right? What's marketable, right? That's us, right? And like I say, the worst part about it is, y'all, we don't even ask y'all to pay homage. We allow y'all in, which I do strongly believe and agree with. Maybe we shouldn't have. Maybe we should gatekeep our shit or have gatekeep our shit like how y'all gatekeeps y'all shit. Right? It's called being separate but equal, man. You know? But the reason why y'all's YMs want to be YN so bad is because Cholo culture is dead. They don't want to be Sereños. They don't want to be SAs. They don't want to be Cholos. They want to be YMs, man. Notice I said YMs. They want golds. They want the fades. They want the, you hear me? They want the gold chain. They want the swag. You feel me? You know what I'm talking about? They want the, yeah, man. That shit come from us, man. That's the shit that sells. That's the shit that's marketable. That's the shit that goes viral on YouTube, man. Right? Now, I'm not saying that I'm proud of this either, though. Don't get it twisted, y'all. I'm not proud of gang sliding on the ops, hitting one with the switch, collecting caps, bang, bang, demon time. I'm not with any of that shit amongst my young brethren. I don't listen to none of that whack-ass shit. That shit is trash. But it's highly marketable, as you see. You got Mexican drill. You got London drill. You got Australian drill. You got all different type of drill music, just death music. And I'm not proud of that. That's not what we're talking about, though. We're talking about why y'all's young M's want to be young N's. Why don't they want to emulate their OGs? That's something that y'all should be concerned about, man. Exactly, Holy 1, 2, 3. They do. Those the Mexicans I remember. The Mexican hood niggas I remember. The hood Mexicans come through with their flannels button up, you know what I'm saying, the Dickies, the Pendletons with the chinos, you know what I'm saying, rocking the Dickie shirts, the Dickie suits, all from which they got from us, rocking the zoot suits, which they got from us, right? Even when we can take it back to the 50s and 60s with Mexican Americans like Ricky Valens, man, they got their whole swag from us, man. Wearing the perm with the conch, man, with the, you know, the Stacey Adams, and, you know, even back then, jacking the swag from us. White boys was jacking our swag too. Right? That's what I'm saying, man, Holy, man. It's so 2005, man. That shit ain't fly. Like I said, no disrespect. That shit was a corny, that whole movement trying to infuse the Cholo culture into music, and that shit was trash. It was trash. It was a scheme from the record labels to try to make y'all's culture, y'all's urban culture, which was a sign of the illegal immigration influxing invasion of the late 70s and early 80s throughout the 90s and up to today. They tried to masquerade that by infusing y'all into our popular culture by trying to make y'all's urban culture, because y'all was having a presence in our communities where it was mostly black folks. Now they is doing what they doing now across the country. They started in Cali by just invading our culture, our communities with Mexican illegals. And the record labels try to capitalize off of that by making marketable by commoditizing y'all's urban culture, and it didn't work. It didn't work. It just didn't work. Why didn't it work? Because that's not part of y'all's culture. Back where y'all people come from in Mexico, y'all didn't have urban culture in the way we did. Y'all's urban culture was something different. Y'all didn't have jazz and R&B and swing and funk and Dixie and country. Y'all didn't have these influences where y'all come from to all amalgamate to come up to eventually create hip hop. That's not where y'all come from. Mexico, Belize, and them Belizeans look like us, right? Ecuador, El Salvador, Panama, Venezuela, Ecuador, Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Paraguay, Uruguay, any of the Caribbean islands. That just wasn't y'all's culture. So it was never going to be something that was in y'all's DNA. Maybe that's why y'all not good at it, because it's just not there. All y'all Mexicans, when y'all try to rap, y'all all sound the same. Y'all sound corny as fuck. And I mean that with love in my heart. I'm not saying this to be like disrespectful. I'm just being real with y'all. I've listened. Hey, the Foreign Pretty Boy, I wonder if you remember this, man. Because the Foreign Pretty Boy been rocking with me for a minute. The Foreign Pretty Boy, do you remember when I did the show on Serrano rappers about a year or so ago? And I just had a show, literally went through a list of 30 underground, independent, Serrano Mexican American rappers from specifically Los Angeles, or should I say California. You remember that before, Pretty Boy? Y'all are all, the ones that I heard were all trash. I even tried to give y'all a chance and really listen, and I'm just, that shit is trash, y'all. Take what I'm saying and take it in, pause, and really process it. That shit's not hot. If that's the case, if there were so many talented Mexican American rappers, specifically out of California, specifically out of LA, why the fuck ain't no major record labels picking y'all up, signing y'all, pushing y'all? The biggest Mexican rapper to ever come out of Cali is Baby fucking Bash to make it on a commercial global scale. Challenge me on that. Who else? Baby Bash had, I want to say, 3 or 4 hits that charted on the Billboard 100. throughout his rap career. And he did so for most of them with the help of FBAs, either producing it or featured on the track. His number one song, the one I like and the one I really respect, because it's a truly Mexican-American track, Frankie J, who I believe is Puerto Rican. He might be Mexican. I don't know. Is Frankie J from Cali? I remember Frankie J. He was an R&B, or he was a Latin R&B artist. No, he's a Mexican. No, Frankie J is Mexican. Frankie J is Mexican. So that song, Sugar Sugar by Baby Bash, which is a classic song by Mexican-American artist, featuring another Mexican-American artist singing on the hook. That song was like top 10 on the Billboard chart 104 for a long time. I even think it reached number 1. Did Baby Bash song featuring Frankie J, Sugar Sugar, reach number 1 on the Billboard 100 list? Okay, it did not reach number 1. It peaked at number 7, though. It peaked at number 7 and stayed at number 7 for 33 consecutive weeks. That is very successful. No Mexican-American rap artist has done the same since. Right? He said, it's all about the beat. I've heard rap in other languages and it's garbage without beats. Exactly. It's not all, I mean, sometimes it is, but you know, when it comes to hip hop, it ain't all about the beat. Hip hop is about bars. And I ain't gonna front. When Baby Bash came out with this song, this is when I was doing my thing in the streets. So I was out here in Kansas City, Missouri on the run when that song came out. And that used to come on the radio all day, every day. Sugar, sugar, how you get so fly? Sugar, how you get so fly? You be there when the money gone. You be there when the money come. That was my joint, man. I fuck with Baby Bash. He is California's most successful Mexican rapper. Since Baby Bash, there has not been another one. I suggest some of y'all Mexican rappers might want to take that Baby Bash R&B LL Cool J, Mexican LL Cool J type time. You might have some success with that. Trying to be a hardcore street gangster rapper? No, that is specifically us. Y'all not good at that. Just what I've said before, pretty boy. Y'all garbage, man. I wish I heard a Mexican rapper that really was a barsman. I'm talking about bars. And I'm sitting here listening to what he's saying, and I'm like, y'all just don't have it, man. Y'all not good at bars. Y'all not good at y'all. It's not in y'all. Holy said, rap transform. They hype that beat that slams like a on Cardi B, so you feel like you are being slammed back and forth. I keep telling them to form, pretty boy, you have to have bars. You have to have bars. If you ain't got bars, man, we ain't respecting that shit, man. And even the music industry knows that. That's why they ain't pushing y'all. Because they know at the basis of this shit, you got to be saying something. And when it comes to y'all's rappers, y'all ain't saying shit, man. Y'all sound like us. Why would I listen to a Mexican nigga rap about some street shit when I could listen to a rap black dude? Y'all just don't look right doing it. Y'all don't sound right doing it. It don't look genuine. It don't look authentic. It looks forced. It looks swagger jacked. My nigga, the poor pretty boy, man. What's up, DPB, man?
What's good, fam? You get my email?
Nah, I hold on, let me see, because I'm saying, and charge it to my head, not my heart, but I get so many emails, man.
It's all good. It's all good.
But let me hold on. I'm gonna pull it up right now. What was the email considering?
It was. Remember, I told y'all I mixed that beat, that funny beat that I made in regards to them running.
Oh yeah,
but anyway.
Let me go to my email real quick. So the former pretty boy, man. I mean, we done had this conversation
No bars.
with so many different at points. You know what I'm talking about? You remember when I did the show, the former pretty boy, about an episode ago?
Yep. No
You remember when I
bars.
did the
They
show
had,
on I don't mean to cut your wisdom before, but you remember when I did the show on Sir Rappers?
yep. I was,
I did,
and I was in
bro,
the,
didn't I play
yeah, I
like
was
30
there.
of them? Northern California,
hmm
Southern, I played like 30 of them.
hmm It was trash.
All
All
trash, man.
trash.
Complete total trash. Even the ones that sounded like they was about to do something, they were trash.
Yep.
Baby
See,
Bash
look
is
it.
the most successful Mexican American rapper in U.S. history today.
Yep. See, the thing is, bro, if they try to rap, the whole thing is like they don't really understand the language like that. See, that's the real deal. You know what I'm saying? The bottom line is that they don't understand the English language like that because they don't understand metaphors and similes and homonyms. They don't understand that aspect, and it's because they don't come from that. You know what I'm saying? See, it's different between us and them, in regards to how we learn English, the English language, and how they learn the English language.
Right,
You gotta now this is real history that what I'm
right,
saying. We learn the English language because we were forced to learn the English language or we would get beat on. Okay. And then after that, we weren't allowed to even be able to read. Okay. So that even made it more of a drive for us to learn the language. You know what
right,
I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Even more of a we gotta learn this language because they not allowing us to even read. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna really get on this language. We gonna really get on this, and then we gonna develop another form of the language out of the language that we were forced to learn. So being that we come from that history, and they come here, and they don't have to be. They're not forced to learn the language. You know what I'm saying?
right.
They're just learning the language out of out of a hustle, or should I say? You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like they could function all through our society right now because the country has gotten so soft. They could function in the society, make buku dollars, even become millionaires, and barely even learning it, barely even know the language. You know what I'm saying? If they learn the language at all. So then you translate that over to an art form like hip hop, where or rap. You think they're gonna do good at this? No, they're not. You know what I'm saying? Half the time they rhyme and they try to do a metaphor, it don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Right.
dude, stop it.
Hey,
You know what I mean? You
what
gotta
was your email?
it's DPB
Here?
Lucini. Yeah,
Okay.
you got me?
Hold on a minute.
It's DPB
Hold
Lucini at Gmail.
on. DPB Lucini.
Lucini.
Luch.
No, Lucini like Lucini. Lucini.
And you sent it to Art Media.
Yeah,
And
it's all one
when
word.
did you send it, bro?
I sent it 2 days ago.
2 days ago. So that'll
Yeah,
be what the 15th.
yeah,
Okay, I see it. Marvel DPP right here. Okay, I see
yeah.
it.
So yeah, bruh. So back to what I was saying, bruh. They don't really got it like that because they don't understand the language like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's be realistic. Now, if you listen to like some reggaeton and you listen to some of that, you know what I'm saying? They have flow in the reggaeton, but that's not Mexican. But as far as Spanish, they got flow. You know what I'm saying? There's people like artist named Ozuna. You know what I'm saying? He got spit. You know what I'm saying? But when you break it down
This
and
is the
you understand what they're saying, it's like backwards. It don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Half of it don't even make sense. You're like, okay, because Spanish is a backwards talking language. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When you break down Spanish, like it's backwards speaking. It's like it's kind of like Yoda talk. You know how
yeah.
Yoda talks? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like that. You know what I'm saying? It's so
Yeah.
that's realistic. You know what I'm
That is
saying? It's
real.
like,
Let me address this. My holy 1, 2, 3. He said, if we gave other countries books on rhyming, they learn how. See, this is this is what y'all got to understand when it comes to rap and hip hop, when it comes to bars, right? What the shit was based off of. It's more. It's more the bars. It's more to being a barsman, a lyricist, than making words rhyme.
hmm
There's simile, there's metaphor, there's alliteration. You understand what I'm saying? There's hyperbole. You understand what I'm saying? Metaphor, simile. You know what I'm talking about? There's all different verses and styles of prose, man. And like my man Deformed Pretty Boy said, us FBAs have given the language that was forced upon us, and we've been able to manipulate it to create a language within it, right? And when it come to and this is what I want to ask you, Deformed Pretty Boy, right? When it come to YMs, why do
hmm
YMs want to be YN so bad?
because see, you got to understand they're opportunities.
Now, hold
Opportunists.
on
They
real
come.
quick. My man, Deformed Pretty Boy, is from LA, but he lives in the Bay Area. If I'm not correct, is that correct?
Yeah, I moved up here like 5 years ago.
Yes, so don't. This ain't just some random dude on YouTube talking shit about. He's from the turf. He's from y'all's turf. He's from there. You know what he's talking about. So you know what I'm saying. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Deformed.
so the whole thing is like they hold they opportunists. You know what I'm saying? They gonna ride it, and it shows throughout their whole history. You know what I'm saying? That they opportunists. So they see that before, because I grew up around them, and I remember when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid, it's like I was all kind of N words because of the elementary school that I went to was mostly Hispanics and Asian. Okay, there was and I was all kind of N words. There was these kind of, they, I was, it was like our music was whack, you know what I'm saying? And, all that. So then as we started to get older, R&B started to be the thing. So then people started to like R&B, you know what I'm saying? Then as hip hop started to get more famous and more popular, then all of a sudden I see those same people nowadays, the same people that I was all kind of N words to, and we was all kind of porch monkeys and mayates to. Those same people are up here, you know, knocking hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Knocking all the rap songs. So it's like they opportunists. They see the opportunity or something that was great. You know what I'm saying? Something that becomes popular, and they bandwagon jump on. You know what I'm saying? And they've done it throughout history because then you look at the civil rights movement. You know what I'm saying? You look at that movement there. You know what I'm saying? Look at that movement. Before they was entirely against us. They was like, nah, we separate from y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's the black thing. We trying to be white. But as soon as the civil rights movement, popped off, and then after it popped off, then laws got passed. Then what happened? They turned around and wanted to be black and brown. You know what I'm saying? I remember my grandfather was in World War II, right? And he used to tell me, you know what I'm saying, when I was younger, he used to tell me kind of stories about the war when I go. He's from Cleveland, in fact, Cleveland, Ohio. So when I used to go out there in the summer, you know what I'm saying, he used to talk to me about it and tell me war stories, you know what I'm saying? When I was young, you know what I mean? My mom really didn't like it because, she was an army brat. But
Right.
he told me during World War II, he was like the Mexicans and the white people, they were in separate barracks. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because they practiced separatism. So the white people and the Mexicans were in one barrack. The Mexicans that were in the military, the few that were, they were in one barrack with the white people, but the black people were separated. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is like the black people were all there. They were in a different barrack. So the Hispanics and the white people, they were in one barrack together. So they used to discriminate against the soldiers. You know what I'm saying? And it was funny because he said that after the war was over, everybody came home, and then you know what I'm saying, and the Mexicans they thought that they were still white, but they didn't get treated like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it is, man. It's the whole thing, like I
What-
say, man, like, and I gotta always remind y'all, like, especially out there in California specifically, y'all fought for the right to be white.
Uh-huh.
So when we see the young M's wanting to be YNs nowadays, you know what I'm saying? This is why I say, like, the biggest cultural vultures in American history for me is Mexican American, for real, for real. I'm gonna be honest with
Uh-huh.
you. That's not to cause no division or feel no bullshit. That's just a fucking fact. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
Yep.
literally fought for the right to be white. And on top of
Yep.
the League of United Latin American Citizens, LOLAC, right? As a result of this organization being formed, you know what I'm saying, when the American government realized that y'all was having some political power, guess what they did as a result of this? That's what I'm saying. Y'all Mexicans don't even know y'all's history, man. That's one of the major things that just be really like when y'all have these conversations, y'all don't even know y'all's history, man. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up, because they don't care.
As a result of that, you know what I'm saying? How many of y'all, and I did a show on this. Right? Y'all fought for the right to be white, and these people don't give a damn about y'all. What y'all know about the Repatriation Act of 1929? Right? The Repatriation Act of 1929 is not a formal piece of legislation. Instead, it refers to a series of events that led to the forced deportation and return of Mexican and Mexican American citizens and residents back to Mexico, primarily between 1929 and 1936 during the Great Depression. This period saw a significant number of people of Mexican descent being forcibly relocated, including both U.S. citizens and legal residents. Don't think they won't do it again. Looks like they're doing it right now. I'll
Tell them
show you.
about.
Hold
Tell them
on.
about.
What you say? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Tell them about the Operation Wetback. That's where
Yeah,
the term
that's
wetback
where the
comes
term
from.
comes from. Is a direct result of the Repatriation Act, right? And I'm showing y'all this to show y'all that as a result of y'all trying to be white, people who run this country, seeing that y'all start to have political power and influence. So what do? They sent like 2 million y'all back to Mexico, man. And they'll do it again. They look like they're doing it now. And these weren't illegals. So what I'm saying when we're talking about the illegals, you know what I'm saying? This bit of legislation right here is showing proof for why LULAC was even formed. Even after the fact, y'all still was trying to be white. Even after they was here and kicked y'all's asses out, y'all still trying to be white. And they just wasn't having it. And then shortly after this is when y'all started to try to latch on to the civil rights movement. And as a result, we have what we have today. So when it comes to why the YNs want to be YNs, it's because it ain't the Y, y'all wasn't the YWs. They wasn't fucking with y'all. So now y'all got to latch on to us as a result of the whole thing with the civil rights movement. And it just moved into the future with the hip hop and the urban culture. Right?
Yep, that's big facts. It's like
So,
it's disturbing, though. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like we can't have anything of our own, but everybody else can have everything of their own.
right.
That's what upsets me the most. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, when we talk about cultural appropriation, you know what I'm saying? Well, let's break it down in hip hop a little bit. So think about groups like Wu-Tang Clan, right? But Wu-Tang Clan doesn't, they pay homage to where they got it from. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? They tell people where they got it from. You know what I'm saying? That they got it from China, from Shaolin. You know what I'm saying? That
Right.
they got it from China. That's why when they go to Asia, people love Wu Tang. You know what I'm saying? because they show respect. You know what I'm saying? But these people don't show us no respect. They want to say N words in their music. You know what I'm saying? They want to say N words and all that in their music. You know what I'm saying? They want to say that they created hip hop 50/50. They want to say that they were the originators of our music that we created, that comes from us, that comes from our old Negro spiritual. Yeah, and our old Negro spirituals and out of our gospel music, because that's where it comes from the black church, when you really recognize, when you really dig deep, you know what I'm saying, from the church to the blues and secular music, you know what I'm saying? But it really comes from gospel. All of it with, you know what I'm saying, R&B really is the origin from gospel music, you know what I mean? And so how does that have to do with Catholicism? Because their religion is Catholicism. Our main religion is what? As black people, Baptist and Pentecostal, right? That's when you really think about it. That's the oldest. That's the oldest black religion in America. Foundational, besides hoodoo. You know what I mean? But when we talk about Christianity, you know what I'm saying, or types of Christianity, and from that religion sparks gospel music. You know what I'm saying? Gospel don't sound nothing like Catholic hymns. So how could you even say that your music even has any influence on our music whatsoever? We can. You know what I'm saying? You could listen to some, because you could listen to some hip hop right now that samples gospel music, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? We talking about old school hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody wants to latch onto our culture. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has the right to have their cultures respected and protected. You know what I'm saying? So when they get mad at, say if it's hate speech, that you're just being disrespectful and feel that you deserve a spot within a culture that you had nothing to do with. You know what I'm saying? That's like us going. I was like, right now, there's a dude in Compton, right? He sings, he does mariachi music, right? And he's black. It's like they threaten this fool's life. You know what I'm saying? They try to kill him. You know what I'm saying? Threaten his family's life, everything. You know what I'm saying? It's like you. It's like, but I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? But he can't do your music to the form that you guys want to kill this man for doing your music. You know what I'm saying? But you just supposed to come and crap and shit on our music. It's like it would be different if you was at least good rappers, but you guys are all garbage. So you even make it seem worse. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's like even if you look at you look at hip hop in the beginning, right? You know what I'm saying? There were people in hip hop that weren't always, FBA. You know what I'm saying? Okay. They were part of hip hop. They were part of it being cultivated, but they weren't originators. They didn't invent it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't invent it. That's the difference where people really where they try to push back against us with it. They be like, oh well, we created. No, you're not a creator, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? A child could only have one mother. You see what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you only have one. You don't have two mothers. You can only have one more mother. Only one woman can birth you, not two. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, and that's the way hip hop works. You know what I'm saying? It'll have one mother, and that was us. You know what I'm saying? It comes from our people, and it's like, but there was other people that contributed. Now, if you really want to break it down, and you really and really want to be scientific about it, as far as like the cultures that were actually there were more Caucasoids there that were at the start of the grooming of hip hop than it was Hispanics. If you really want to break it down, when you look back as far as you got, like think about it, you got Beastie Boys, Third Base, you know what I'm saying? Um, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm talking about successful ones, you know what I'm saying? Main who really broke through. You know what I'm saying? You have Beastie Boys, Third Base, uh uh what do you call it, the funky Africans or whatever, the one foods you had. You even had like what do you call it? The dudes from what's the cast from Philly? The cast from Philly, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know the cast from Philly, but you know homeboy that plays keyboard, they used to play keyboards for Dre. You know what I'm saying? For Dr. Dre. You know what I'm talking about. Scott Storch. He used to
Yeah.
be in that he used to be in that group. You know what I'm talking about, bro. They got one of the illest rap MCs ever of all time. What's the name? What's them fools from Philly, bro?
Who
Black, black,
you talking
black,
about you talking about
black thought.
the Roots?
Yeah, the Roots. Yeah, exactly. The Roots. Scott Storch used to be in the Roots. You know what I'm saying? He was in the Roots before he was like that. That's where he got his start at, in the Roots. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, it's like, so what other people, you had even the whack ones. You had like Snow. You had like Vanilla Ice. You know what I'm saying? All the whack ones. You know what I'm saying? But they actually were part of the whole groove of the hip hop. Now, if you look at name one successful rapper, let's say name one real successful artist, platinum hip hop selling Hispanic rapper that you could name besides Cypress Hill.
Right.
No, no, I can't name one. Okay, so let's say this is for the last. That was probably the biggest one. Everybody else was like anybody else outside of be it FBA or black was Caucasian. So if you really think about it, they've actually and Rick Rubin, he was there at the start of what Run DMC, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you want to talk about contributions, I would put them making more contributions to the music than Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, dude, and they're trying to compete against us. You need to compete against the white boys. You need to go compete against Eminem. That's who y'all need to compete against. You can't compete with us. You can't compete with our Black Thoughts. You can't compete with our Mos Defs. You can't compete. You're not even on their levels. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about like, you guys don't even gotta rock him. Nothing near rock him, bro. You know what I'm saying? A Big Daddy Kane. You know what I'm saying? You have none of that at all. It's like the white MCs, the white MCs inspire to be those MCs. Those are their favorite MCs. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so you guys need to take a step back and realize that you ain't even on the level because you guys do not understand the English language to that level. You know what I'm saying? To where you guys can really spit. You gotta have bars, and you guys ain't got
You just ain't got it, man.
it. Ain't got it, bro. You ain't
uh,
got it. Maybe the next like 20 years, if they decide to really study their craft. Because when you
right.
look at like people like MGK, you know what I'm saying, and even Eminem, they study
Yes.
the music. Pay homage and they really study it. You know what I'm saying? They really study it more than a lot times more than a lot of FBA people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They study it. You know what I'm saying? You guys don't study. You guys can't even study in school. The average one of you motherfuckers is coming across the border at fourth grade education out of your country. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, let's keep it realistic. You know what I mean? It's like the newer generation now, they seem to tend to be more trying to be aware, more reading, doing their research a little bit more than our generation. You know what I'm saying? Because my generation, they didn't give a damn about none of that. They didn't
Yeah.
want to research nothing. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to talk about none of that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And,
I,
bless they soul, but you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, they out of their pay grade.
and I just was, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I ain't even trying to be on no bullshit or nothing, though, man. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I like to keep it 100, man, because, you know what I'm saying? This is a
Because they
conversation.
won't.
You said what now?
Because they won't. Because they
Yeah, we
won't.
got. Like I said, y'all ain't gonna keep it 100, man. You know what I'm saying? Outside of California, outside of certain regions in Texas, these Mexican rappers, man, they ain't popping. And when it comes to the YNs wanting to be YNs, man, like I say, man, that old school Cholo Mexican gang Sereno essay, that shit is trash, bro. That shit is corny, man. Y'all young homies ain't appropriating that shit, man. They ain't continuing the legacy. They don't want to be Cholos. They don't want to be Serenos. They don't want to be essays, man. They want to be YMs, man. They want to be
Yeah.
YMs. You hear me? But crazy enough, they still have inherited, right? They inherited those anti-black policies still. And that's those are extreme levels of cognitive dissonance amongst y'all youth. The same that's in our own too. So it kind of like spread across the board.
Facts. Because the thing is like if there's it's a real tender spot in this country right now when it comes to because now it's like they got this thing that everybody's talking about like what's it called the black
Black fatigue,
oh,
black fatigue.
yeah, everybody got
Hold
black
on. Let me
fatigue.
count up real quick. This is some bullshit. Hold on. Y'all getting tired of us. I can understand why we probably would be getting tired of, but y'all getting tired of us. Y'all getting tired of black folks. Really?
uh,
So what
Man,
y'all
so they got
tired of us, of our antics, or y'all tired of us coming up all the cool shit that y'all try to jack and emulate and take as your own? Which one is it? Because it can't be both, or can it? Because you can't sit up here and say, "Oh, the blacks this, we getting tired of this," but at the same time, "Oh, hip hop, yeah, we want to do it and make money off of doing it." Nah, it don't work like that, Jack. Y'all pick your poison, man. Either you with us or you ain't. Like I say, man, at least Puerto Ricans somewhat pay a homage to some extent. Some of them, y'all Mexicans, y'all don't even pay homage. Y'all Mexican Americans, specifically out of California, y'all don't pay homage at all. I ain't never heard one of y'all say anything of homage to the culture.
you get some of them, some of the Bay Area ones, but very rare,
And I'm pretty
very
sure
rare.
that's where you're gonna get it from the most in Cali is the northern region. I'm pretty sure because blacks
Mhm.
and Mexicans actually do rock with each other to an extent. No, man, I know too many people in Southern California. I was locked up. My celly was from Oceanside, California, a Mexican nigga from Oceanside, man. He put me all up on y'all's politics, man.
Yeah, it's some
That
real
shit wouldn't fly
politics
out
out
here, man. That shit wouldn't fly out this way, man. Even when the numbers are starting to get up like how they is now, that shit still ain't gonna fly out here. Just because y'all numbers is increasing, but not to the point to where it's exceeding white and black folks. And white folks just don't. They in the penitentiary system out here. They don't run nothing at all. And they
here. Yeah,
super
because the
soft. They
majority.
ain't tough like the white
So,
boys out Charles way. So they ain't about to team up with y'all and do nothing.
yeah,
They good bitch.
the only reason why they team up with that because it's the money, it's the drug
Right,
trade.
right,
You know what I'm saying? It's the drug trade. Because
right.
if you took the drugs out of the equation, they would be on they it would be just like it used to be.
Exactly.
They would be, you know what I'm saying? But the drugs in the equation in California is like so out of control. They do business with them on a huge major scale. You know what I'm saying? We talking about billions of dollars of worth in drug trade out here. You know what I'm saying? It's like our the drug trade alone is probably worth more than the whole economy in most states. And people don't even realize that. You know what I'm saying? Because that border being open like that, and the corruption of our police departments are just like it's through the roof. It's like okay, think about it. I live in San Francisco right now. The highest paid police force in America is San Francisco. It's actually Santa Clara, Santa Clara County. So I mean, and we're talking about you walking in at 160,000 a year, rookie. Okay, so it's like, dude, these people are so corrupt, and they did, and you know what I'm saying. That's why they got open. They got basically open, like you can, except for you can't do it in Santa Clara because Santa Clara, that's Silicon Valley. You can't really open and be smoking crack in the public like that, and the cops just, you can't have that going on. You know what I'm saying? But it's the more far north that you get in the Bay Area, you know what I'm saying? You get up to the city, bro, they just out, man, people shoot up. Cops just drive right by them. They just let them do it all out in the open. There's no like regulation whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? They trying to start to do it now because it's getting close to Olympics. Olympic time is coming up. World Cup is coming up. You can't have, what I'm saying? It's all going to be, the majority of it's going to be here. So it's like, you got that. You can't have these dope things like they got on here right now, bro, rolling around, bro. It's like, it's insane. And I don't think people realize how bad the drug problem is specifically in California. You know what I mean? It, it's like, because every place in America has a drug problem, but here it's out of control because they allow, it's so liberal, you know what I'm saying? But yet it's so liberal, but then it's like conservative. But then you got the liberals that just don't want nothing bad to happen to people or so and so, so forth. And then they make money off of the prison system because we have the most prisons in the country next to Texas. You know what I'm saying? It's like we used to have the most, prisons in the country. So it's a big money maker. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a rotating cycle. So you get the Vatos locals, the Pacos Vatos with tacos. They come across the border. You know what I'm saying? And they strap some keys to them. They get over here. They get the transporter. You know what I'm saying? Because usually they'll have somebody wait. You know what I'm saying? This is real game. They'll have somebody waiting. Might be a family member. You know what I'm saying? They come across the border. They come strapped. They make their drop off. You know what I'm saying? They get set up. You know what I'm saying? They might get set up in a coyote house or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then, that's how the drug gets to the street. And then it gets from there, it moves on from there. And what was so bad we let the borders be open during during the grandpa, situation. You know what I'm saying? It was like they weren't even checking. You know what I'm saying? They were coming across, they weren't even searching. You know what I'm saying? So they were getting in. And so then you see the fentanyl epidemic just really, really shoot through the roof. You know what I'm saying? Then we got a huge, huge issue with the Chinese mafia here, especially in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't be fooled. The Chinese out here, they got it. They got some real, real stuff at cracking. So they usually got the scientists. So they're the ones that's able to mix the fentanyl because they put fentanyl in everything out here. You know what I'm saying? If you smoke a weed, you know what I'm saying, it's probably fatty laced. If you buy it off the street, it's probably gonna have fentanyl in it. You know what I'm saying? You do coke, it's probably gonna have fentanyl in it. You know what I'm saying? If you buy anything from the street, it's probably gonna have fentanyl in it. You know what I mean? It's like because it just gives them that feeling, that numbing feeling. You know what I'm saying? You're better off buying weed at the dispensary. You know what I'm saying? The multiple different transgender strands. You know what I'm saying? That you are buying it on the street. Because if you buy it on the street, you might OD. You know what I'm saying? The city of San Francisco had 800 OD deaths last year. 800. Just the city. You know what I'm saying? Fentanyl. You know what I'm saying? That's how, just that one city. We're not talking about the county. We talk about that one city had 800 fentanyl deaths. That's real. You guys look it up. Just that one city. We're not talking about all the other cities, surrounding cities. We're not talking about Oakland. We're not talking about, San Mateo. We're not talking about Richmond. We're not talking about, Vallejo. We're not talking about that. That's just northern. We ain't talking about Stockton. We ain't talking about Sacramento. We talking about just that one city, San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? So if we went all through Cali. Can you imagine how many fentanyl deaths if we added them all up? It's more than the whole country, just right here in this state, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad it is. You know, that's how serious the drug problem is here. And you know where it's coming from? Vatos Pacos with the tacos. You know what I'm saying? They're bringing that garbage across the border. And they can deny it all they want, but we know the game. We know the play. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they come over here and you set up shop. You slang a few ounces OZs or whatever. You have somebody here that's a legal resident. You put some houses and stuff under their name. You start businesses under their name. You know what I'm saying? And you funnel your money through a taco truck or Mexican restaurant, or you know what I'm saying? Usually it's a Mexican restaurant or a taco truck, you know what I'm saying? Or a landscaping business. You know what I'm saying? That's how they funnel their money. You know what I'm saying? Like we know the game, we know the play. You know what I mean? It's like because it's old. It's not we're not talking about like a 20-year-old game, bro. We talking about since I was a little boy. So, shit, I'm 38 years old, bro. So it's like it's imagine. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing this 30 plus years. So it's not new. You know what I'm saying? I went to school with illegals. You know what I'm saying? Elementary school with illegals. So, it's not new. It's like it's just now it's just bigger because after if you remember, after Clinton signed that NAFTA agreement, you know what I'm saying? Basically letting everybody just be able to bring their trucks through the nation without, you know what I'm saying? Think about it. When you take yourself back to that time point during it when with that NAFTA agreement, you know what I'm saying? Where we able
Right.
to where and that agreement basically allowed trucks to come from south to basically drive from north to south without even like no problems. You know what I'm saying? No real problems. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people get imported by them trucks. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people be dying on the trucks. You seen that? You seen it, Virgil? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They be packing. You know what I'm saying?
They're finishing up the super highway right now, man. They finished. They left in their last little touches on it, man. You see it in the. And I just showed you all that maps. I don't know how many times though, man. You know what I'm talking about. We about to get up out of here though. Go ahead, leave him with your last words, the phone pretty boy, man, before we get up out of here, man.
Yeah, y'all need to study the language better before you and learn how to spit bars for real. If you guys are gonna ever try to compete in this game. You know what I'm saying? Like for really real, you know what I'm saying? You guys better know what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because like this if you're still rhyming gun, fun, ton, sun, one, and run, you know what I'm saying? You're trash. We're beyond that. You know what I'm saying? We're beyond the nursery rhymes and the Dr. Seuss stuff now. You know what I'm saying? If y'all still rhyming like that, bro, it's like
Yeah,
nah, you ain't no spitter. You better have some heat. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you can't come from the dome with some fire and release some hot rocks, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna ever feel you. Not us.
mm-hmm.
Not us. Not FBA people. Not black people. We not gonna feel you because we you're still rapping like we was rapping when we was in kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, we
No
beyond
elevation.
that. You know what I mean? So like, get boss up on your guys' own culture. You know what I'm saying? Take that to the next level. Blow that mariachi music up. Why can't
Right.
y'all blow that up? Why don't y'all blow that up? You know why? Because nobody likes that trash but you.
Trash,
You know what I'm saying? So stop trying to jock everybody else's culture and just let us do our thing. Let us stick to our stuff. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of it. Get out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you guys feeling real comfortable, too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And stop being so comfortable. Respect your own heritage. You know what I'm saying? Just like we respect ours. And you can't be mad at us because we want to protect and respect ours. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like if we did the same thing as far as like in your guys' culture as you guys doing the ours, you guys will have a fit. Like I told you, dude in Compton, bro, he's getting death threats for doing that music. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And this is just music. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, he ain't talking about he created it. Y'all going around telling people y'all made it with us, that you created, that it comes from you. You know what I'm saying? When it's nothing. in music history, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere in music history that proves that you guys had anything that had anything to do with it. You know what I'm saying? The dance moves, our dances, none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about the 60s and 70s. I'm talking about like the 20s. You know what I'm saying? The rolling 20s, the 30s. You know, you guys weren't there. You know what I'm saying? You weren't doing nothing that we were doing. Nothing at all, bro. And it just needs to stop. I'm getting so sick of it because now that this thing happened right now where this lady was able to come out and say this N word to this little boy, you know what I'm saying? And people defended that, you know what I'm saying? For now it's just like free fall. Everybody's just feel like, yeah, you know what I mean? Every time I look at all these social media things, you know what I'm saying? People just think that they could just be disrespectful now. You know what I'm saying? And it might come to a real head, you know what I'm saying? Because now it's purposely like the media, whether social media or regular media, they're trying to push the race war because they know we've had it. You heard about what happened in Louisiana, right? You know what I'm saying? That plantation burned down.
Yeah. I talked about it last night on the Friday Night Wrap Up. Yeah.
Yeah, so see stuff like that, bro. So I'm gonna close it out, man. Thanks for letting me up,
You already
Marshall.
know
You know what I mean?
anytime, brother. Anytime, you know you're more than welcome, brother.
Yeah, keep your foot on their neck, man, because
You
you know what I'm
already
saying.
know, man. I ain't got no
Stop
time.
letting them feel comfortable because I'm telling you, they know. I'm telling you, I really feel that something is gonna come to a head in this country pretty soon when it
Right.
comes to race relations
Oh, it
because
definitely is.
they trying to allow them to they're trying to allow us to be openly disrespected. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
all right, fam.
I'm gonna
Have a
do a
good
show. I'm gonna do
Saturday.
a show tomorrow on that black fatigue bullshit, man. We're gonna break that
Yeah,
bullshit
yeah.
down,
What is
man.
that? You know what I'm saying? But that's that. Yeah, break down the
Black
science because
fatigue.
that's actually a black concept that comes from a black woman anyway.
Yeah, black
You know what I'm
fatigue.
saying? That's black fatigue. It's reversed than what they think it is. 'Cause black fatigue was comes from a woman. I forgot which author, but she talks about the black fatigue. It's us being tired, sick and tired of sick of being tired. You know what I'm saying? That you know what I'm saying? That's where it comes from. You know what I'm saying? It's like we sick of being tired. You know what I'm saying? The fatigue that we have as being black people in this country having to deal with situations just like this. You know what I'm saying? Situations like this, situations like, you guys like trying to appropriate our culture and not pay us for it. You know what I'm saying? Us being like discriminated against on all types of levels. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a form of discrimination and racism. I don't care. It's colonization at its finest, of course. So we're the ones that are fatigued, you know what I'm saying, for being who we are. So that black fatigue, you sick of us, but we're sick of just us being here, dealing with you guys. Period. You know what I'm saying? It's like because at the end of the day, we didn't ask for the positions that we got put in as a culture and people anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like we weren't running from anything to be here. We were trying to run from y'all, and what y'all do? Y'all trapped us and snatched us up. And so we just made the best out of this, what it needed to be. And now you want to you want to take from
That's
us
true. Yeah, God
consistently.
damn.
You know what I'm saying?
God
You
damn.
know, it's like how much you got, how you want to smash on me with lubrication or without. Make a choice. You know what I'm saying? It's like pause, but the real deal is like you guys are just trying to screw us every way you can. And then you got other nationalities and other ethnicities coming from way out of the country, coming over here, thinking it's okay to disrespect us. Because that woman who's called that boy the N word, she wasn't even American, bro. You know what I'm saying? She's freaking Ukrainian. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, are you are we serious, bro? Is this how we doing things now? And you guys are willing to get behind this. She's a foreigner. You're willing to get behind a foreign caucasoid who disrespected a black person. You know what I'm saying? He was Haitian, but say we still got a deep rooted history with Haiti, anyways. But still,
Right.
bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like she didn't care. She just felt like all of us are N words, no matter where we're from. You know what I'm saying? If you just got a little bit of melanation in you, you're an N word. And you guys back that up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? As Caucasoid Americans, you know what I'm saying? You guys have backed that up to the fullest. Like, you're making this woman a millionaire. So basically you're telling the world that, hey, I could go to America and call a person a nigga and become a millionaire. That's what you're telling the world that you can do. Yeah. Okay.
That's
All
wild.
right, bro.
All right, pretty boy, man. You tap in anytime. You already know what it is, bro.
For sure, fam. One
Yeah.
love. Peace. Have a good Saturday.
You already know I'm chilling out, about to go hang out with my peoples later on the night, man. I'm just chilling out at the crib right now. Tomorrow I'm definitely doing a show on that Black Fatigue because I done got hella emails, man. I'm definitely gonna break that bullshit down tomorrow for sure. My nigga Red talking about it right now. I'm gonna tap in with
Yeah,
Red.
it's foul.
You understand? I'm
It's
gonna
foul.
definitely break this shit down tomorrow. So I'm glad that you brought that shit up, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday afternoon. E.N.E every day, all day, no days off. Listen, man, why do YNs want to be YNs? Because it ain't cool to be a cholo no more. It ain't cool to be from the barrio no more. It ain't cool to be an essay no more. It ain't cool to be a Serrano no more. They don't realize they can't be successful in rap with that anti-black bullshit. Right?
Yep. And amiga.
How you gonna try to come in our culture and use our style against us while at the same time y'all on some lightweight racist shit?
Makes no sense.
Tighten up, man. We Black Kings out here, man. Shout out to Narcissus the Six. Shout out to my brother Glister Guarantee, FBA Music, right here, straight out of Columbus, Ohio, man. You understand what I'm saying? Tap in with us.
What question is? Interhat.
Task Force, Black Force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E.N.E, running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on all of our black kings. All black everything, we got black tea. All black coffee, man, I don't add cream. North give you all you need, no more caffeine. Close down the whole set, no more casting. Remove targets off our back like a black team. We keep growing up the game like a black team. The girl got a problem with me, then get at me. I'm tired to a bumper, now you got a drag queen. You can't stop me, you old as jalopy. This is past me, and I got it photocopy. Caught up on film, flow, tracks and sloppy. Trying to attack me, you a carbon copy. I see the heat like Timothy blocks, and I charge for a hook, put me in a penalty box. Man, I'm killing the ops while I look at my watch. All hands on deck like the time on the clock. Task Force, Black Force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E.N.E running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on our black
Keep my
kings.
grass cut low to catch a glimpse of the snakes. Devilish serpents with purpose to steal your cake. Smiling in your face while they got their eyes on your safe. Yeah. Boy, that hatred, man, they make you do some foul things. Switch up on your niggas like the numbers when the Dow change. When I'm with familiar, still a grind like a broke. Take it for granted, shit be gone in the proof of smoke. Better put your plan in action, niggas get to use the whole. Formulated the plan, calculated the steps. 2020, my vision, see my way to the check. Only way is up, I made my way to the steps. Let's go. Look, only way to move is building kingdom shit. Niggas won't make a move, want you to bring them shit. But God bless the child that can hold his own. They want to give you numbers in his cell like a mobile phone. But fuck a cop, any wicked, you this was just fuck. Cause niggas on the edge, there for you to push. Bullets loaded tight up in that magazine. Bring a nightmare to American dreams.
Task Force, Black Force, we the tag team. If it's a nightmare, then it must be a bad dream. E.N.E running our lanes like a track meet, skipping over hurdles. Call us a track team, all paperwork legit. It's the fact team, then double up the championship belts like a tag team. Black on black, yeah, it's a black thing. Black jewelry shining on our black kings.
So you think you know Wix.